Okay, so here's a Soundesign console stereo. I suspect this one to be like 1979, 80. These were towards the tail end of the console stereo, and those all-in-one systems, especially the silver one, started taking off real big. I don't know why, but I have a soft spot for these cheap 70s and 80s particle board stereos for some reason. I just love their just overall cheapness. I don't know why, I just do. I just like their cheap plastic front, their cheap electronics, and cheap cabinet and cheap turntable. But I ended up, I think I was going to pay like I don't know how much, but the guy who was selling it, he found out the record changer was frozen up. This isn't the original record changer. The record changers that came on these, I think they were like the last BSR, like normal BSRs, but the platter looked like a reel-to-reel tape recorder. But unfortunately the lid, or the top, was broken. It pulled out from its hinges and it broke the pieces of plastic or particle board here, so it's nice and messed up. This is all plastic, and the guy, he put like some kind of furniture lacquer on it, so it's nice and disgusting. But his speaker here has a speaker here and a speaker here. Now let's try. Let me go get a record. What a perfect record to use. I'm probably just going to throw this record away with the turntable or the whole stereo. It's Frank Zappa, ship arriving too late to save a drowning witch. Oh, they tried saving Pelosi? Barking Pumpkin. Yeah, wonder what kind of drugs they were on when they came up with these songs. Before we do that, oh, it's on the tape function. It has an 8-track and a cassette, which I think none of them work. One thing that these have going for them is usually they don't really need much to get going, but the downside is cabinets on these by now are all shot, unless if you find one that's been in a house for, I don't know, 40 years. Eight-track recorder. Look at how dirty that is right there.
It's drug-free, FDA cleared, and accepted by most major insurance.
I realized that today I turned on the radio and WDUV, I think that's their call letters. They're like the middle-aged mom station, like late, like, I don't know, like mid-40s and up kind of mom station. 105.5.
We can do this.
It's November 8th, 2021, and they're already playing fucking Christmas music.
When we finally kiss goodnight, I'll be going out of the storm. But if you really grab me tight.
Let's see what's on AM.
Because the emergency situation required OSHA to act quickly, the information immediately available to the agency didn't allow it to confidently assess the impacts on smaller firms. That's why.
station. Something decent on AM.
Take a stroll. Can you imagine the way I felt? I couldn't unfasten a seatbelt. Still trying to get her belt to loose.
Okay. Let's try this. I'm going to save this little stereo thing. I don't know. I am going to save the electronics out of this thing, maybe. Okay, depends on if I'm in a good mood. Oh, it would help if I connected the record changer. Stock number 4285. I'm guessing that 90 or whatever's a... Here's the... I'm going to save this little thing. You can see where the original hinges are. You can see this cabinet's nice and splitting. Well, I guess this was designed by Santa Claus himself and Soundesign. I think they took the brand, they stopped using that brand in like the early to mid 90s, because I have a little cheap radio. It's called Color Tunes or something. It's very 90s looking. It's made in China, but I think it was like one of the last Soundesign radios, because I think I've seen them in the J.C. Penney catalog in like 95. But the people who own or owned Soundesign, or who own the rights to the name, if you ever see that iHome brand, just think Soundesign, because that's the same company, SDI Technologies. You can see there's not much to this. So here's the little insides. It's very dinky. Here's the cassette deck. I want to maybe try and see if we can get that going. But here's the... Got some vintage dust that's as old as the console stereo itself. Let me go change the battery in this thing. Okay, so this power connector won't fit this stupid thing. This must be a Glenburn. They're like the exact knockoff, but like 20,000 times cheaper. We'll at least be able to turn it by hand. Okay. Oh, me thinking that it's... Oh, it's gonna... There we go. I think I've tried recording on this before. It has a record function, but I've tried recording on 8-track and it's a pain in the ass. I'd much rather record onto a cassette.
Of radio.
This is the pieces off the lid. You can see it's cardboard.
westbound 38th Avenue North near 49th.
West Shore area. In southern Hillsborough, you may still find activity from an earlier crash along North 9 US 41 approaching Apollo Beach Boulevard. A couple of accidents are clearing in St. Pete. One's along 9th Avenue North at 66th Street. The other's along 38th Avenue North at 49th Street. The guaranteed offer for Mark Spain Real Estate makes selling...
Okay, so WXGL's playing Thunderstruck, so you can hear it. You can hear it all the way down at the bottom of the dial, too. That's how much of a blowtorch they are.
Hassle credit.
Great deal on a pre-owned vehicle. We have over 1,000.
Okay, let's try the tape. Okay. Nothing. Oh, this is gonna work. Yeah, I ain't putting no tapes in there.
We begun every argument, every word.
Inspired by.
Need your contract?
Tampa Bay, there's now Dr. Now, a concierge primary care membership for you. With no... in your hand. It's online. It's entirely just... NowHub.com or call 877-896-6870. Dr. Now, personalized and affordable healthcare.
As the holiday season approaches, I'm sure you've heard people talking about supply shortages, right? Like, do your shopping now, stuff's going to run out. That means you are more likely to be a crime victim. And now safe check systems are going to be more important than ever.
Yeah, thanks. Let's go, Brandon.
You've just been...
Expertise to keep connection going virtually everywhere.
There we go. I'm going to save everything off of this thing. That's nice and nice fake wood. Here's the cassette deck. I may save this and screw around with it, maybe a little bit. I don't know. All depends. Here's the front. It looks okay. I think the guy who put furniture polish all over this, I think he put it on the plastic too, but yeah, that's all this is. It's just plastic. I would say these guys' modern day counterpart is the Crosley. Well, they're under so many names now. The cheap stereos, they're like 10,000 things in one. Because, you know, nowadays everything's got to have Bluetooth. And I almost thought about buying one of those little Crosley companions just to have. But I don't know why, because I guess just society's so spoiled now, they have to have Bluetooth on everything. Yeah, you know, they can't keep a basic radio. They can't keep it just AM FM. You know, that'd be too much to ask. That'd be too basic. Made in Japan. Yeah, it's better than China, I suppose. Let's go get the garbage bag. Oh, it still has its card. Let's see, when is this? I'm gonna keep this. Use a scratch paper. Okay, so to accomplish the wood look, this is the knob. They just took another piece of particle board that's cut and they just screwed the knobs into there. Very nice, ornate design. Well, I guess I'll keep this. It's got some Glenn Campbell Christmas music on it. I'll just play it on that. Repair and service number. Here's the bottom. I would say the only wood thing that this thing is, or has, is this front trim. The rest of it's fake. It's got some vintage dust with it. Okay, only a good majority, only like a little bit, like the top trim, the bottom trim, that's all real wood. Or so I think. What in the hell kind of wood is this? It's green. Looks like a witch. As far as this changer's concerned, I'm just going to shove it over here to be parted out at a later date. Now, as far as these go, I guess I'll hold on to this to mess around with. It's got the power connectors on it, so I could hook this to a gel cell. One of these is for recording. Maybe I'll try and maybe I'll dive into this and do something with it. And this, pretty much your last gasp. Console stereo. I'll probably just keep this just for parts. Probably just end up throwing it in the dumpster with all of this stuff.